Zambia is home to the second largest non-copper reserves in Africa and 6% of the non-copper reserves in the world. At the heart of the country's mining sector is the largest mining investment holding vehicle, ZCCM Investments Holdings Plc, a flagship brand in the Zambian mining sector whose history is firmly rooted in the history of this country with a legacy of over 100 years in the country's mining industry.
Our heritage in the mining sector goes back well over 100 years when minerals were discovered in northwestern and central provinces of Zambia. However, on the copper belt, in 1923, that's where the modern history dates from, when exclusive prospecting licenses were given to Anglo-American Corporation.
In the years after the Mongoose reforms of April 1968 and the subsequent proclamation of August 1969, the Zambian government of Dr. Kenneth Kaunda acquired 51% interest in Anglo-American Corporation Group and Ron Selection Trust. In 1970, the Anglo-American Corporation Group and Ron Selection Trust were reorganized.
In the year 2000, ZCCM Limited was privatized and a successor company, ZCCM Investment Holdings Plc, was formed.
ZCCM no longer stands for Zambia Consolidated Copper Mines as it were before privatization. Post-privatization, the name of the company was changed to just ZCCM Investment Holdings Plc. The ZCCM does not stand for anything, it's no longer an acronym. It was returned to continue and keep the legacy of the company. And again, at privatization, ZCCM retained minority shareholders in most of the sold-off mines such as Mupani Copper Mines, Kokkola Copper Mines, Kansanshi Mining Plc. And it is these shares that the company holds on behalf of its shareholders, majority the government of the Republic of Zambia on behalf of the Zambian people. And that's where the holding part in the name of the company comes from.
Currently, with a portfolio of 18 operating companies and a portfolio commodity mix that includes copper, gold, amethyst, manganese, and limestone, ZCCM-IH is driven by the quest for sustainable value creation for its shareholders. ZCCM-IH holds extensive and strategic copper and energy assets in Zambia on behalf of a diverse group of shareholders from 3 stock markets on which the company is listed: the Lusaka Securities Exchange, the Paris Euronext Access, and the London Stock Exchanges. Our vision is to be a world-class mining and energy investment company that benefits the people of Zambia and with a mission to create tangible wealth sustainably for the benefit of the Zambian people. This agenda is defined by our ethos, investing smartly. Investing smartly was coined taking into account our streamlined strategic focus and investment. The letters in Smartly stand for key tenets that underpin our operations. The first letter in the acronym Smartly is S, which stands for sustainability. This is largely ZCCM-IH's commitment to adhering to environmental, social, and governance industry best practices in everything the company does.
M stands for management. It entails proactive action and the management of our investments by our skilled and experienced personnel.
A is for accretion. This is about growing our revenue, expanding our portfolio, and thus making real strides towards achieving our vision.
R stands for risk. Effective risk management is key to the success of the company. We operate in a dynamic and regulated industry that requires sound risk management principles. Risk management ensures that stakeholder interest is duly safeguarded.
T stands for timeliness, which is everything when it comes to ensuring an efficient, effective response to emerging trends, new opportunities, and possible threats.
L is for longevity, and it's about us continuing to maintain a strong brand representing Zambia on the global stage.
And the last letter in the acronym SMARTLY is Y. This stands for yield. The meaning behind this is that we are to deliver a return on equity and maximize value from our investee companies for all of our shareholders.
The Investing Smartly ethos drives ZCCM-IH's strategic plan for the period 2020 to 2026. We are only a couple of years into this strategic plan, and the past 3 years have brought with them massive global upheaval, largely due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But the ZCCM-IH brand remains steadfast in its quest for sustained growth and success. We are clear about what milestones we need to realize in order to achieve our set strategic goals.
The company has taken a very comprehensive strategic review based on the challenges that the issue of extracting value from the current portfolio has presented to the company. And the intention is to ensure that shareholders maximize their value. Because if you look at the intention of shareholders, they are there to ensure that their investment counts and they make a return that is reasonable. But why should shareholders be comfortable investing with ZCCM-IH? Well, the reason is that first, in terms of the mineral diversification, it provides shareholders with a very stable diversified portfolio that takes into account all shocks or risks as a result of commodity fluctuations. But other than that, we are redefining the way we extract value from the current portfolio. We know that some of the initiatives that we have applied previously have not yielded very positive results. For example, the non-predictability of revenue generation initiatives through, let's say, a dividend model makes the company not being very attractive, particularly on the revenue side. Now, to improve the return on the assets, we are remodifying the dividend model to include other alternatives that bring in a lot more predictability, so that you know that out of your total portfolio, you are sure you're going to gain a very comfortable margin by adjusting the way you extract revenue from the existing portfolio. And that makes ZCCM a very, very attractive company, because shareholders will be assured of, for example, a consistent dividend over a period of time, regardless of what happens to the commodity prices, because there are initiatives that help to deal with any risk of non-generation of revenue, but also any risk of unpredictability of the mining sector, because they know that they are investing in a company that is well diversified, but also a company that takes into account the total value chain throughout the mining cycle, which includes participating in mineral diversification, but also participating in beneficiation activities and improving the way we extract the actual value that is predictable and well defined, so that the shareholders can get their return on their capital.
We can only achieve our set goals by standing on a firm foundation, one enforced and guided by a culture of high performance anchored on our values: integrity, teamwork, respect, transparency, accountability, and efficiency.
As ZCCM Investment Holdings, we work as a team to achieve more.
We are committed to discharging our duties with integrity by building trust through responsible actions and honest relationships.
We are committed to providing factual and timely information.
Take responsibility for our actions.
So our values are summed up in what we have coined, let's do it right. The right spelled as R-I-T-T-E.
The R stands for respect, the I for integrity, the T for teamwork, the other T for transparency, and of course the E for efficiency.
These values anchor ZCCM-IH's culture, a culture that promotes good behaviors and high performance. We are cognizant of the fact that the success that we have scored over time is attributed to our people, our greatest asset. At ZCCM-IH, we encourage, recognize, and celebrate innovative thinking, and we pride ourselves of our responding timely to business opportunities when they arise.
Just as our people are key, our communities are equally cardinal to the success of ZCCM-IH. We owe their existence and the success of our company to the social license granted by the local communities in which we conduct our business. We therefore make a deliberate effort to ensure that the Zambian people benefit from our commercial success through employment and various corporate social investments.
So as a company, we ascribe to the standards and principles of environmental, social, and governance principles, the ESG principles. These are the values that drive our investments in everything that we do. As you can see where we are right now, it's in Rufunsa area in Lukwipa, in Mika village. And this area, as a company, we are undertaking some exploration works. So even before we fully invest in an area, we do undertake corporate social responsibility, because we believe that in an area where our presence is, the people, the local people, should be able to feel our presence through various interventions, as we have done here by sinking a solar-powered water borehole. And in this area, the nearest clean water, access to clean water is very far. So at least we've been able to bring water near to the homes, about 30 households here in Mika village. So we are driven by and guided by the environmental, social, and governance principles, by which in every area where we are as a company, we have to undertake take care of the environment, the social aspect, and the governance aspect. At a group level, obviously with a portfolio of about 21 companies, all our investee companies and subsidiaries in every area that they are located, they undertake various social, corporate social responsibility. From Solwezi, where Kansanshi is, where we own 20%, for instance, they undertake various social responsibility and investment projects. So what we do when we go in an area at a company level, even in our subsidiaries, we work with the local community. We work with the local traditional and civic leadership, where we work together to come up with areas of intervention. And for a very long time, we've been looking at it, water intervention, because we believe water is life. And if you look at most of our investments, especially the greenfields that we are undertaking, they are in far-flung places and areas where access to water is a challenge. And so we felt that we should undertake these water intervention in these areas, so that people have access to clean and safe water. We also are involved in issues of education. We've been able to undertake various corporate social investment in that area, empowerment of the local people, but also the youth as well. So we work with the local civic and traditional leadership to identify areas of intervention. But obviously, as a company, we do have specific projects, core projects that anchor these corporate social responsibility activities. Wherever ZCCM Investment Holdings is, wherever, for instance, our subsidiaries are, such as Zambia Gold Company, which is currently charged with a mandate to develop the gold sector, there we believe all Zambians should be able to benefit, and our presence should be felt not only by the investments that we have done as a company, but the corporate social investments that we're undertaking in areas such as the education, the health sector, the water, sanitation, etc., etc. So our commitment to the local community is that ZCCM-IH is your company, and you should be able to benefit from our presence in the area that you're in.
All our companies in the ZCCM-IH group have continually made investments in the areas of recreational sports, healthcare, education and sanitation, youth and women empowerment, so that our communities benefit from the country's minerals wealth.
Our investment strategy is geared towards building a resilient and sustainable portfolio that is anchored on environmental, social,
and governance standards, as well as best practice to drive and maximize shareholder value and returns.
ZCCM-IH's key mandate is to ensure that Zambia's finite mineral resources are optimized sustainably to benefit all our key stakeholders in the present and in generations to come in Zambia.
Our intention as ZCCM-IH is to diversify from our copper origins on the copper belt, and our exploration activities now encompass the whole country, and we are searching across the whole broad spectrum for minerals such as gold here in Rufunsa, amethyst and lithium in the southern province, as well as manganese in central and Muchinga provinces.
We are well positioned to advance Zambia's economic interests and leverage on the regional and global opportunities in the mining sector and the electric vehicle batteries manufacturing industry, among others.
There are other minerals that we have expanded into, particularly as we undertake exploration into the green fields. And one of them is the very valuable mineral, which is gold. As you know, gold is used as a hedge when economic activities point southwards. It's a commodity that will still remain valuable. It will retain value now and in the future, and the price of gold will always will essentially continue to be attractive on the international market. We've expanded our footprint in the green fields as well to include manganese, and manganese is an important mineral as an alloy in the steel industry. Apart from undertaking mining operations, we've also included in the basket of value addition the element of extracting additional maximum value for shareholders by participating in downstream activities. And these would typically include beneficiation, production of, for example, jewelry for gold. As we know, that industry alone commands quite a huge potential, which can be tapped into by the company for the benefit of the shareholders.
With this forward-looking intent, ZCCM-IH is poised for a bright and prosperous future, and clearly so are our shareholders. The success that is on the horizon will surely be driven by investing smartly and doing it right.